Hello, my name is Oriana, and there's something I really want to talk about. I've been going back and forth, but I'm finally ready to approach this subject. And I know it is very controversial, but it's a calling and also something that I experience very close to my heart. And it's about neurodivergent individuals and how can we relate these to star seeds. Further, how can we relate these incarnated souls into the evolution of humanity, into the new earth, into raising the consciousness of earth, and why they really came here and why they volunteer as neurodivergent individuals, even if that means not having a will or being functional in society. As always, take everything that I say with a grain of salt. May you purify it and alchemize it in the light of your divinity, in the light of God. So my experience with neurodivergent individuals, it is very personal. Why? Because I was a therapist for kids on the spectrum, mostly neurodivergent individuals. When we talk about neurodivergence, it is ADHD, dyslexia, autism, Tourette, and so forth. Pardon my ignorance if I'm missing one, but that's really not the point. The point is you don't work the same way that most people in humanity work. You're different. Your brain doesn't make connections like everybody else. So you are neurodivergent. You diverge from the regular, neurotypical of what we see in human form. And this is why it's so key to relate it to the evolution of Earth. Why? Because in order for humans to evolve, we need to accept different. We need to explore all of our possibilities when incarnating. Further, whether we like it or not, we need to embrace differences. We need to see what we don't want to see. So, when I had this experience as a behavioral therapist working with kids on the spectrum, it was fascinating for me to see the parents and to see the kids. And to see the kids, because they are neurodivergent, there's no mask, no mirrors. Kids, they don't have mirrors. When you are in the presence of a child, they take everything. Like literally, no masks. Take that times 1,000 with a neurodivergent kid. Let's pick an example because that was my experience. A kid on the spectrum. Everything this child does, it is a reflection of the parent times 10. Because the child doesn't function like a neurotypical child, so the needs are different. There are behaviors that form to make sense of the world, and these behaviors most likely showcase on matters that the parent itself hasn't worked through. And I know I'm being very controversial and provocative right now, very provocative. But it's very important that we see that when we have a child who's special in a family system, the child is showing us so much about the family system. So here, not only we're seeing like, oh, when kids are special, they are teaching us in accepting differences. Now let's take a step further, which is these special kids are also showcasing what hasn't been seen in a family unit, the famous family constellations. let's not go too much deep into family constellation, but what matters is these childs, whether we like it or not, are gonna pinpoint us the places that we're not looking at ourselves and in the family. Let's say, example, there's a neurodivergent kid in the family, and the family doesn't want to face a sexual abuse, incest. Make no mistake, because I saw it. The neurodivergent child can exert sexual behaviors and or sexual situations can happen between siblings. Why? Because they are showcasing the energy that hasn't been seen at. Why? Because it hurts. Because it's tough. I myself went into sexual abuse from a family member. I mean, can we go any more tough than that? I don't think so. Tough, man. Tough. That is easy to face the dark? No! But it is necessary. First, for our own evolution and healing. And second, because that will add into raising the frequency on Earth. And what's currently happening on Earth, which is we're ascending. And to ascend the frequency, we must see. And we must heal. Beyond needing healing is coming into alignment and rewriting according into doing what's right for each and every person, and to say yes to the lessons of our soul and the initiations of our soul. So when we see an individual child, and any type of individual, no matter the age, that is neurodivergent, it is my belief at this point that they are high frequency souls, depending on the spectrum. If we are, depending on the spectrum, but let's be general. These neurodivergent souls volunteer to come here to Earth. That's why I relate them as star seeds. So their own frequency is already raising the frequency on Earth. And it's very easy to see. They're different. They are wired differently, even though they come from, most of the time, neurotypical parents. These childs that are neurodivergent, these individuals are different. They just work different. They're different. So they come with a higher code, with a higher frequency code. Okay, beautiful. Now, second part of the mission, be the mirror, be the black, the rainbow chip of the family. Not necessarily a neurodivergent child needs to be non-functional to be a teacher. No matter in the spectrum where they are, no matter the type of neurodivergence, they are teachers. And then they will show us, they will show you what's really happening in the family system. Because they are so themselves, they cannot help but to be different, that you will have to look at yourself. And you will have that mirror in your own family. Not like a stranger outside, in your own family. So when you accept the mirror, you're creating a space for this high frequency soul, and in turn creating a space for yourself in your own evolution and your own initiation. Not only in accepting what is and the perfect plan of it all, but also in going further into your evolution. I'll leave that for you to decode. When we start approaching neurodivergence from this space, everything changes. Because we stop trying to change them, and we stop trying to improve them, and we start approaching them into give them quality of life from a full acceptance place. Let's give them all of the tools so they develop as their soul chose to develop. So we allow the destiny of other. What amazing is this? You allow the destiny of another, even if your family, if it's a family member, you allow that destiny and you let it be. And then you go beyond, oh, because of the behavioral therapy, because of the horse therapy, they are improving. You go beyond improving and, oh, they're evolving, they're growing, they're developing to the highest potential. So it's a highest potential. So we stop trying to make them neurotypical and we invite them to be who they are. And in turn, we create compassion, we create respect for all type of individuals. Look at that. We create space for individuals that may seem as less important because they don't have a place in society, when in reality they do have, and a very important place. The place to teach us to accept different. Because if we're rejecting their different, it's because our own different has been rejected. And yes, I'm on the spectrum, if you haven't catch that yet. So it is my invitation for you to start witnessing neurodivergent individuals as star seeds. And if you yourself are a neurodivergent individual, maybe not the autism spectrum, but with ADHD, dyslexia, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, then I want to invite you to connect with the light of God, connect with your heart, to hug yourself. First, for your courage for being here on earth. Second, because you are not a victim and you are not guilty of being different. And third, because I can only imagine what the world told you. Fourth, I want to hug you in sovereign love so you remember that you also chose to be different and you volunteer. And then you have the tools to make it loving, to make your human experience as loving as it can be and as prosperous and abundant. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have the tools for that. The same goes with individuals who won't be seeing this video but are neurodivergent. They also came here and are provided for, and those who are in their family systems are the ones that will watch this video. And that's the initiation. Just like to be neurodivergent, it is an initiation. It's okay to be different. We came here with a mission.